This story is about the Tiddy Mun. Who was he? The Fens were never empty now. Before the drains, before the straight lines carved into maps, this place was water and breath. A shifting skin of marsh, reed and mist. The ground moved, paths vanished. What looked solid in the morning could swallow a man by nightfall. People who lived here learned early that the fen was not something you just conquered. It was something you negotiated with. And the stories say there was always someone listening. Long before Lincolnshire had villages, as we know them, people spoke. A small figure who lived along the ditches and dikes. Not in the deep rivers, not in the open sea, but where water was guided by human hands, where channels were dug, where banks were raised, where the land was forced to behave. They called it the Tiddy Mun. Sometimes the name was spoken softly, sometimes not at all. The Tiddy Mun was said to be small, no taller than a child, dressed in green or brown, soaked through as though he had just stepped out of the marsh. Some said he looked like a man, others said he was more like a thing shaped as a man. What matters was not how he looked, but what happened when he was ignored. The old belief was simple. The Tiddy Mun was a keeper of balance. His job was to mine the waterways, the ditches, drains and channels that kept villages dry and fields workable. If those channels were respected, kept clear and treated properly, the Tiddy Mun kept the water moving. Crops grew, homes stayed dry. But if the waterways were blocked, polluted or altered without care, the Tiddy Mun corrected the mistake. Not with fire, but with water. Folklore from across Lincolnshire tells of sudden floods that came without rain. Fields drowned overnight, paths vanished, livestock found standing in water where there had been dry ground hours earlier. And when people went to investigate, they often found footprints in the mud, small ones leading back toward the nearest dike. In one long repeated tale, a farmer decided to widen his land by filling in an old drainage channel. He laughed, and warnings calling them superstition meant to frighten children. That night, water poured into his barn. By morning, his newly claimed field had vanished beneath marsh water, reclaimed as though it had never been his at all. Those who helped him clear the damage later swore they heard laughter drifting across the reeds. The Tiddy Mun was not thought to be evil. That's important. He didn't destroy for pleasure. He acted when balance was broken. Some stories even describe him as a warning spirit. People claim to hear muttering near blocked drains or see a small figure standing silently beside a dike, as if waiting to see whether the humans would fix their mistake. If they did, nothing happened. If they didn't, the water came. Children were warned not to mock strange sounds near streams. Parents told them never to throw rubbish into ditches. Some families left small offerings near waterways, milk, bread or coins, not as a worship but as courtesy. An acknowledgement that water had a keeper and he deserved respect. As drainage improved and machinery replaced shovels, belief in the Tiddy Mun faded. The fen was tamed, at least on paper. Pumps replaced prayer, engineers replaced folklore. But the stories never completely went away. Even into the 19th and early 20th centuries, reports persisted. Farm workers spoke of hearing splashing footsteps alongside them while walking dikes at dusk. only to find no one there. Others claim they saw a short figure standing at the edge of floodwater during sudden inundations, watching, not moving, before vanishing into mist. Modern sightings were rarer, but the themes remain the same: sudden water level changes, unexplained blockages appearing overnight, tools left near ditches turning up somewhere else entirely. The feeling, often described independently by different people, of being watched near Fen waterways. Some chalk it up to wildlife, others to ground shifts or faulty drainage, but locals still use the old phrase, half joking, half serious: "The Tiddy Mun's been busy." What makes the Tiddy Mun different from many folklore figures is that he doesn't belong entirely to the past. His stories aren't about castles or kings. They're about land use, water management, and consequences. He exists exactly where humans interfere with nature, and that may be why his legends endures. The Fens have never truly forgotten what they were, and neither, the stories say, has the Tiddy Mun. Those who walk old dike paths late in the evening still report the same sensations: the air going suddenly cold, the sound of water shifting when the wind is still, the faintest hint of laughter, low and distant, as though someone finds the situation quietly amusing. The warning remains the same as it always was: respect the water, mind the channels, listen when the land speaks. Because the Tiddy Mun is not a ghost, he is not a fairy tale. He is the Fen reminding you that it was here first, and that it can always take itself back. So if you meet the Tiddy Mun, respect him and the Fen, or he could even be watching you. So if you like this story, then check out our other stories. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Please like it and share it, and definitely please subscribe. Until the next story, goodbye.